talks in Riyadh on Friday to discuss post-war Gaza's reconstruction.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi arrived in the Saudi capital Riyadh from Spain on Thursday to take part in informal talks over the Palestinian cause. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has invited the leaders of Egypt, Jordan, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Bahrain and Qatar for a meeting in Riyadh over post-war Gaza's reconstruction on Friday. The meeting will discuss the Emergency Arab Summit that Egypt will host on March the 4th for developments in the Israel-Palestinian conflict. The meeting will be held within the framework of the close brotherly relations that bring together the Arab leaders. As for joint Arab action and decisions issued regarding it, this will be on the agenda of the upcoming Emergency Arab Summit, which will probe the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Arab states have pledged to work on a post-war plan for the Gaza Strip's reconstruction. Earlier in Spain, President el-Sisi discussed with Spanish officials bilateral ties and a number of regional issues of mutual concern, including the war on Gaza and the Euro-Mediterranean relations. The head of state met with Spanish King Philip VI, Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, and a number of heads of giant Spanish companies. President el-Sisi invited the Spanish king to visit Egypt and attend the inauguration of the Grand Egyptian Museum next summer. The visit witnessed the signing of memos of understanding in various domains and a declaration of upgrading bilateral ties to the strategic partnership level.
Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli witnessed on Thursday the launch of the State Prosecution Training Strategy for 2025-2030. In his address during the event, Madbouli hailed the important role of the State Prosecution institution. The Prime Minister stressed the significance of enhancing the information technology through its new training strategy. The Premier asserted that the strategy represented a move that coincides with President el-Sisi's developmental initiative, A New Start to Build Egyptians. State Prosecutor Mohammed Shawqi said the strategy comes as a step that reflects a keenness on boosting training skills, education and culture within the framework of Egypt's 2030 vision. Shawqi added that the continuous development contributes to making the country's future a brighter one. He pointed out to the public prosecution's keenness on fostering members' potentials regarding its role as an independent justice institution. The state prosecutor reiterated that Egypt is a country of science and a shield of stability and peace, and praised the state's direction towards bolstering integration of education and training with the aim of pushing forward the country's developmental process. Minister of Foreign Affairs, Immigration and Expatriates Badr Abdul-Ati held a phone call with his Croatian counterpart Gordan Grlić Radman on Thursday. Both ministers welcomed the outcomes of the Egyptian-Croatian Businessmen Forum, which was opened by the prime ministers of the two countries with the participation of many companies and financial and business institutions from both sides. They further exchanged views on the latest developments in the Middle East and Europe. The two ministers focused on the situation in Gaza, with the Croatian minister expressing his country's appreciation to Egypt's efforts in consolidating the ceasefire agreement. Minister Abdul-Ati, for his part, expressed his appreciation to the Croatian top diplomat for holding a memorial service for the late Egyptian ambassador Ayman Tharwat, Egypt's ambassador to Croatia, who passed away a few days ago. Israeli police said that explosions had rocked several buses in the central city of Bat Yam, south of Tel Aviv, on Thursday. The police described the blast as a suspected terror attack without giving an immediate report on it, given its distinguished location nearby the Sphinx International Airport, the pyramids, and the Grand Egyptian Museum gem. The Premier urged an upgrade to the strategic plans for the new Suez city, turning it into an integrated residential area from which all social categories can benefit. Madbouli made the remarks as he chaired a follow-up meeting of the planned development of the new Sphinx and Suez cities. And within President Sisi's recent visit to Spain, Minister of Planning and International Cooperation Rani Al-Mashad participated in the Egyptian-Spanish Business Forum. Al-Mashad reiterated that the President's visit mirrored Egypt's keenness on fostering its partnership with Spain regarding the historical ties binding the two countries. The minister illustrated that the joint statement issued by the two sides opened new horizons for increasing investments, boosting trade exchange and developing bilateral economic relations in all aspects. Al-Mashad further reviewed the plan of the Ministry of Planning on developments achieved in the Egyptian economy over the past years and the state's financial strategy in implementing the National Economic Reform Program. Egypt's stock market indices collectively rose on Thursday, bolstered by purchasing operations by Arab and foreign investors. The main EGX 30 index gained 0.13%. The small and medium EGX 70 index added 0.32%, while the more expanded EGX 100 index added 0.43%. Overall transactions and dealings within the session reached 52.5 billion Egyptian pounds. And global stock markets were mixed on Thursday, and gold hit a record high amid Federal Reserve concerns that U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs and immigration measures could reignite inflation. The S&P 500 was